Right, so we completed that the delve, so let's go to talk to Ridina.
Finally! I thought you might have been eating. Is it done? Did you take care of that madman Drovos?
Yes, I killed Drovos and exterminated his Kwama.
Well, this has been an ugly business, hasn't it? A talented breedsman dead, a brood exterminated, mercenaries slaughtered. Sometimes I miss the academy. Please take this. House Halalu owes you a great debt. Safe travel, Zera.
Okay, completed a dangerous breed. And we've unlocked an achievement that says Morrowind Grand Adventure. Not sure what that is. Let's go into... let's see what it is. Collections. Wouldn't be in collections, would it? Would be in character. No, it wouldn't be here. Journal. Achievements. Yakin Egg Mine Explorer. Didn't we do that? Complete 32 quests in Vvardenfell. So, Chulefting, we've not... Oh. There's still a few enemies in Chulefting that we did not complete. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, now that that's done, let's set our sights. Wait. Matis Akin Egg Mine is not completed. We only completed the quest. But we didn't complete the delve. Can you believe that? Take a look here, because if you go to journal and you look at achievements and you go to Morrowind, explore and clear Matis Akin Egg Mine. We didn't do that. I wonder what we have to do. Let's take a look at our skills here. I have 2 skill points. I'm saving them for enchantment, but I want to take a look in here in destruction staff. We'll have to reassign some of our points from restoration. I want to take a look at a few of these. We'll probably do that later. Okay, so what do we have to do to complete this delve? There has to be a boss. I really don't want to head back in here. I really don't want to head back in here or there. What did we miss? I'm wondering what we missed. Maybe there's a giant Kwama in here that we need to fight. There has to be a boss that we probably have to kill to clear the mine, but I've just not found one yet. I need to find out which boss that is. Let's look around a little. I wonder, where's our clan fair? What on earth are we missing? Trying to figure out what we missed. Aha, there it is. Throck, the Tunnel King. I'm pretty sure that's the one we have to take care of. Yep. Alright, so let's take a look at our weapons here. Alright, let's get our clan fear. Matriarch. And let's boogie. Ah shit, he's gonna call for help. Madison egg mine has been completed, so let's just get out of here. I feel like we need to look into some, I feel like we need to get the ability that allows us to soak up damage. Yeah, so I need us to head to Gratwood and I feel like I want to respec our skills. So, Reaper's March, this should be Green Shade. Where's Gratwood? Yeah, let's head to the capital and do some respecking. I'm not sure if we can afford it though. Okay, a very long loading screen, but yeah. I'm gonna respec our skill points because we had a lot of points in the restoration staff. Maybe at some point in the future we'll use the restoration staff again, let's see. Okay, attributes? No, not attributes, I want skill points. Shrine to Mara, that's marriage. We're not getting married. Stendar. You gotta be kidding me, 8,000. We can't even afford it. We can't afford it. I guess that's gonna be it for now. Is there an enchantment table here?
The most faithful devotees of Ifrit, our most important god.
How would this one know a spinner apart from other Bosmir? Not to sound rude, but this one has trouble telling elves apart.
There are three around you now. Look for the Bosmor sitting in scenic places, but they will not move without being moved. All that spinners should ever do is tell stories, according to Ifrit. Now, as I'm sure you've all noticed, the Elden Tree is impressively tall. Equally impressive is that King Cormoran Aradon's throne lies in the tallest branches of the tree.
Excuse me, is it really at the top? If so, how would one get up there to meet with him?
A trunk has 3 landings within it. The topmost one takes you to the king's throne. The climb is worth it, I assure you.
Interesting conversation. Alright, we cannot find an enchanting table here, so let us head back to Vvardenfell. Yeah, the Velothi Ancestral Tomb quest ended up being glitched.
On the branches? Is that safe?
But we can head to Vos and solve the problem there. Okay.
One more day, that is all I ask. Lane, You mean to spend some time in Vos? I wouldn't linger if I were you. You don't have scales or fur, so you should be safe for a time. But if Savarak and his lackeys smell a whiff of danger on you, they'll put a knife in your back by supper time.
Who is Savarak?
The new wizard magistrate. When Mistress Dratha fell ill, House Telvanni put Savarak in charge of Vos. It was all honey and orchids for a time, but not anymore. The people are desperate for Dratha to return. I'm beginning to lose hope.
Yeah, that's what happens when a couple of kids decide to stand right outside your door and start having a very loud conversation that your microphone picks it up. All right, has anyone tried to do anything about it?
Openly? No. Some work against him in secret, but he sicks his black snail mercenaries on anyone who opposes him publicly. Don't believe me? Ask him yourself. He covets Tel Mora Tower, but until Dratha dies, he holds court in the Gathering House.
Okay, I'll pay Savarak a visit.
Keep your wits around Savarak. He's slippery as a slaughterfish, and twice as deadly.
Who is Mistress Dratha?
She's one of the oldest, most powerful Telvanni counselors and the ruler of nearby Tel Mora, the great fungal tower just across the river. She ruled Vos and lands beyond until she fell ill. Some people think it's just old age. I'm not so sure.
Let's see, was she a better ruler than Savarak?
1,000 times yes. Our mistress has a mixed reputation. Outsiders often say she is cold and calculating. That may be, but I don't mind. She cares for us from a distance, intervening only when necessary. She respects our freedom.
So the people would like to see her recover.
We pray for her recovery every day. If Dratha dies, I fear that Vos will die with her.
All right, you need to lighten up. He almost put me to sleep just listening to him. So, Reclaiming Vos is the title here. So let's talk to Savarak. See if we can get anything about this town here. The 36 lesson sermon 8. Yeah, unfortunately, the 36 lessons and the truth in sequence, those are some books that I really don't enjoy reading.
I do hope you'll forgive my candor, but I must ask, what brings a bumbling outlander to my gathering house? Do you fancy yourself a Telvanni mage? No, I think not. You may take your leave. Immediately.
You're Savarak, aren't you?
Ah, I see the Noir is well informed. If you know that I am Savarak, you must also know that I rule Vos as its wizard magistrate. Do you bring me some petition, or is this just a social visit?
I hear your reign has been difficult for many of Vos's citizens.
Have a care how you speak, Outlander. It is true that certain of Vos's citizens have struggled during this period of transition, but I'm hardly to blame. They've taken Dratha's illness very hard. It's led to idleness and crude insubordination.
So it's true then, you're abusing the people of Vos.
Someone has to. Dratha's mouth, Lane Sardri, refuses to assist me. She just lurks by her mistress's bedside in Tel Mora, scheming and fomenting unrest. People in crisis require a firm hand. If that offends your gentle sensibilities, move on.
Okay. There are guards everywhere. The new justice system. Every small town has guards. Mistress Drother's Journal by Mrs. Drother, Telvanni Mage. While I can't say that the Telvanni house was never good for anything, at least after this find, answers may come in the most unexpected places, but only fools ignore the resources available to them. I'll have to make sure to return the favor to my ever-pleasant house. Tribuna knows they would never let me hear the end of it if I did not. I knew that my master would come from a troubled source. Do not fear the Daedra, but I hate the idea of bargaining with one. No matter, my need is that great. Who else would take up my mantle? I know of the cost, yet I remain resolute. I must. The research notes in this tomb are ignorant rubbish, naturally. Scholars with a lick of common sense are hard to come by these days, and I find that even more true when dealing with my fellow Telvanni. However, I know the truth to this particular cultist chant, and it may hold the answers I'm looking for to solve my pressing need. Stones of cold fire burning blue call forth the servant of our Lord, a bargain we have to come make to grant us with our due reward. A child could see that these stones of cold fire are necessary for the summoning ritual. I must find someone to collect these stones before it's too late. Someone strong enough to defeat Zekanaz. I'll need him weakened, even with the stones. If only competent help was easier to come by. Who are the Wardens? By Lady Cinnabar of Tana. In Phrastus of Elenir's spurious essay, A Story of Blood, the spinner stake Tamriel, he argues in his trademark imaginative style that the Wardens of the Wilds are a militant faction of the Wood Elf priests known as the Spinners. I believe this assertion is either the result of a lack of proper academic rigor or just as likely an attempt to manufacture controversy to appeal to the masses. In my own meticulous research, I have certainly found some similarities between the Spinners and the Wardens. Like the Wood Elf priests, these guardians appear to have a close connection with the god Ifrit, the deity of song and forest. However, in my opinion, this is where the similarities end. And just as I did with a famous coven in my seminal work, the Glenmore Weird, I shall take it upon myself to dispel the many myths and misunderstandings associated with these warriors. First and foremost, the Spinners are not militant or violent, preferring to allow others to fight for them and Valenwood and to instead take on an advisory, scholarly, or priestly role within the Bosmer society. By comparison, Wardens appear to be more than willing to shed blood to protect the wilds, and there are many reports of them attacking individuals, gangs, and even entire outposts that have done some harm to Ymfir's realm. There also appear to be stark differences in the Wardens' powers from those of the Spinners. While the Bosmer priests reportedly draw stories from their past, present, and future to enhance their audience, Wardens seem to draw upon their natural environment to change and shape reality itself. In layman's terms, something I think my colleague Phrastus may appreciate, the Spinners appear to employ a kind of illusionary magic where the Wardens' abilities are more akin to what might traditionally be called alteration or conjuration. While the Spinners are a unique priestly order that is central to Bosmer culture, my studies have found no singular body or organization that represents the Wardens, and indeed they appear to mostly travel alone or in pairs, beholden to nobody. If they are members of any groups, it is the local fighters or mages guilds, or even, in one poorly documented case, a member of the Dark Brotherhood. Given their association with Ymfir, are the Wardens predominantly Wood Elves? It does not seem so. While Spinners are exclusively made up of Bosmer, Wardens of all races, man, mare, or beast, that can be found protecting Tamriel's wilds. Indeed, I have met Wardens who hailed from the northernmost peaks of High Rock, and from the southern forests of elsewhere. I have even met a fellow native of Hammerfell. And what of the Green Pact? Do the Wardens adhere to the ancient Wood Elf tradition? With the exception, of course, of those who are both Warden and Wood Elf, this does not appear to be the case either. In my experience, most Wardens are in fact more than willing to make full use of nature's bounty in order to survive, including partaking of both its plant and animal life. Finally, the Spinners are found almost exclusively within the confines of Valenwood, and they rarely venture far beyond the protection of its ancient forests. Wardens, however, appear all over Tamriel, with the most recent reports placing some on the island of Vvardenfell. These are my early findings on the Wardens of Tamriel. They are a unique and mysterious group similar to the Spinners, but also distinctly different. It is clear to me that greater academic inquiry is required, and I'm sure upon further investigation, the rest of Phrastus of Elenir's outrageous claims will be proven false, as they so often are. It's nice to watch this intellectual battle between those two. Okay, let's go in and
I'll check in on her again in the morning. For now, just get some rest, eh? You look awful.
Yes, thank you, Manuel. And please let me know straight away if you make any progress on a cure.
Of course. And I meant what I said. Sleep, Lane.
Yes, yes. And who might you be? It takes some pluck to enter a Tel Vani tower uninvited. Impressive. I'm Lane Sadri, mouth to the glorious Mistress Drotha. What is it you want, Outlander?
I've come to discuss the situation in Vos.
The situation? The catastrophe, more like. Savarak and his black snail mercenaries are strangling the life out of that town. I do what I can, but Savarak has the support of the council. My hands are firmly tied. You, on the other hand...
How can I help?
Savarak won the support of the council shortly after my mistress fell ill. I've always known him to be clever and enterprising, but all this wealth and muscle, that's new. Despots rule with swords and corn. Savarak has an abundance of both.
Do you know where the gold and mercenaries are coming from?
I don't, but I think we can find some answers in Savarak's manse. He's turned the old Barano house into a palace and a fortress. If you break in and find some evidence of corruption, I might be able to turn the council against him.
You're Drotha's mouth. What's wrong with her?
I wish I knew. Our resident herbalist, Menwendel, has been developing on a variety of cures. She's capable, brilliant even, but my confidence wanes. We know the illness deadens the mind and causes rigors in the limbs, but beyond that, we're stumped.
What would I be looking for exactly?
This can't possibly be the first time someone's asked you to snoop through a wizard's manse. Just look for anything that seems out of place. Official documents often provide clues on this sort of thing. Letters too. You'll know it when you see it.
Alright, so we need to find evidence of corruption. We're always getting sent to do other people's dirty work. This is Mistress Drotha.
Not now. Not yet. The fire, the unmourned house, must be ready.
I smell sabotage here. Somebody's deliberately making her sick. That's my take anyway.
What?
Hurry now.
We're trespassing it again. Honestly, anybody who tries to stop us, I'll just kill them. That didn't work. I'm not sure why it didn't work. We were hidden for quite a good long while. Attention black snails, shipments and correspondence arrive on the tide. All outgoing foreign freight, crew and mail must be present and counted on Selville Island 1 hour prior to tide's ebb. No exceptions. Direct any questions or complaints to your direct superior, Captain Nesimal. Yeah, no need to give them a chance to see us. Arlos, Narandas requests a meeting. Usually I would send Nisimal, but a case of gout has rendered him useless. Given that you're his deputy, the task falls to you. Make haste to the wharf east of town and find out what troubles our friend. Narandas insists on total secrecy, so you must use a passphrase. You will approach him and say, "The cliff racer takes swing," to which he will reply, "Its stench remains." I needn't remind you that the situation remains perilous so long as Dratha lives. Do not fail me. Savarak. I knew it. Letter to Savarak. Sadur Savarak, the coin barons of House Lalu are pleased with your progress, but there is much left undone. Enclosed is a letter of credit that should keep you well funded for now. One matter of consternation persists, Dratha's health. So long as that witch draws breath, our plans remain stymied. Your kinsmen in Taus Telvanni lock the Lalu's attention to detail, but even the most foolish mage cannot be tricked forever. We must redouble our efforts. Do your part and all accounts will be paid. House Lalu shall welcome you, and Tel Mora will be yours to rule. Yep, he's corrupt. Let's head out of here real quickly. And he's definitely behind her illness. Alright, we've left a restricted area, but we need to hunker down. So let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.